Good afternoon everyone and welcome to Heidelberg. We're at the start line of another Rugby Europe Championship, and on this first Sunday of the tournament it is relegation-threatened Germany who take on one of the Rugby Europe powers in the Stiari, the Oaks of Romania. The Schwarze Adler were bottom of the pile last year, and with relegation being run over 2 seasons, we will need to improve on that placing to avoid dropping into the second tier competition, the Rugby Europe Trophy. Today, Mark Kuhlmann will hand debuts to 8 players in the national squad as he looks for just the second ever win over Romania. It's a foggy day here in the south of Germany. Pitch certainly affected by the recent inclement weather conditions, but Germany backed by a handsome home crowd. You can see the mist hanging over the mountains in the background as they prepare to open their accounts and continue their bids to remain in this competition. A mixture of fresh and familiar faces in Mark Kuhlmann's squads for this one. Justin Rentz there leading Germany this afternoon, the newly appointed captain. He's a big player for them, a huge character, and certainly somebody that Mark Kuhlmann and the rest of the Germany coaching staff will be looking to build around as they look to open their account with a real upset victory here against one of the traditional powers of the Rugby Europe sphere. David Gerard's Romania, by contrast, were third last year. What was a very credible showing. They lost the semi-final to Spain before beating Portugal in that bronze medal match. They are hampered by injuries today though, and several high-profile absentees not able to make the trip to Germany this afternoon as they look to go at least one stage further and reach the showpiece match next month. Those are the scenes inside the Romania dressing room. You can see Hinkley Valvasa enjoying the music, and a little earlier on the 2 captains Rens and the giant Andrei Mahu meeting for the coin toss, conducted today by our referee Saba Macharadze. So, 2 very large men towering over Saba Macharadze. The Romanian captain Andrei Mahu standing at a towering 6'9" tall. This is how things have gone so far in round 1. 2 big away wins to kick off the competition yesterday. Last year's runners-up Spain doing the job, 51 points to 33 over the Netherlands. Portugal too underlining their quality by seeing off one of the emerging forces at this level in Belgium. And unsurprisingly, the 17-time champions Georgia putting Switzerland to the sword a little earlier on today. The flag's been unfurled, barely a breath of wind in the air here in Heidelberg. This match was originally scheduled to be played a few hours north of here in Kassel, but the wintry weather meaning it had to be moved here to Heidelberg, which is the traditional base of the German team. That's how things stand so far in Pool A and Pool B. Germany and Romania, the final 2 teams to open their campaigns. So we are live from the Fritz Grunebaum Sport Park in Heidelberg for this last match of round 1. And these are the weather conditions. A pleasant enough 7 degrees. As I mentioned, not much in the way of wind. Moisture in the air, but at the moment, no rain. Something of a sprint this championship, just 5 matches, played over 6 weekends, and momentum so important to each team's aspirations over the next month and a half. No pressure on Germany today. They will want to give as strong an account of themselves as possible and build into this tournament. But Romania, a very different vibe. They've been through a period of such turbulence, such introspection since the last World Cup. And now David Gerard's troops are on the rise again. They have not won this competition since 2017. Oddly though, that remains the one and only year in 7 decades of this fixture when they have lost to Germany. A carnival atmosphere here at Heidelberg. And we will pause now for the national anthem, the Stiapta de Romania. Deutschland lead of Germany.
Und nun die Hymne der Bundesrepublik Deutschland.
It's a small but immensely passionate rugby ceremony, and the locals getting right into the swing of things as they prepare to back the Eagles. A staggering 8 debutants named in Mark Kuhlmann's 23 today, some such as John Daw and Dan Hamilton-Strong, substantially experienced on the Sevens circuit. Others, in particular Ewan McTaggart, have come through the overseas route. No place today for frontline lock Eric Marks, who's with Van. David Gerard missing a slew of leading lengths today, including former captain Mario Shimienescu. 7 of this 23 playing in France, but only a handful of them at a really strong level and with any regularity. Gontignac certainly falls into that bracket. Rookie Antonio Mitrea given a shot in the midfield. Romania with power on the bench. Stefan Buruyana, a regular for Cast. Georgi Gaijon, nicknamed the Beast from the East, a dual international for Moldova and Romania. Saba Macharadze leading an all-Georgian team of officials for this one. He'll be part of the first Georgian team of 4 to officiate in a World Rugby competition later this month in the under-26 nations. So Germany in the black, Romania today in the white, and it will be the visitors through Hinckley Valvasa, their esteemed playmaker, to get us off and running in Heidelberg. Before we get off and running, the officials just making sure that their lines of communication are clear. Assistant referee on this near side, Sabu Abulashvili, just working with our sound technicians to make sure that he can communicate properly with the lead referee, which he can. And we're ready to rumble on this final round 1 match. Contrasting emotions. Romania chasing an elusive title. Germany fighting to retain their place at the top table in this Rugby Europe Championship. The first German charge of his international career made by Edward Sciacchetti, former Ealing Trail finalist tight head prop. Oliver Payne bangs his opening box kick safely into touch. A chance for us then to welcome the former GB7's captain and Olympic medalist Tom Mitchell to the action. This is an intriguing fixture, Mitch. The conditions have not been great in Germany. The pitch is already cutting up. Where do you see this game being decided?
Hi, Jamie. Yeah, it looks a little bit of a stodgy one out there, but what will be really interesting is see if Romania can kind of build into more of an expansive game, which I think they want to long term, but actually when you look at the matchups in that lineup, they are the bigger, more physical side. Well, they've lost it in their first shot of possession in this one.
It's a big steal for Germany, but they've coughed it up straight away. Mizera was dispossessed on the charge. And Alin Konake, one of the stars of this Romanian setup, feeding it out to Cristi Bobok. A couple of big names stepped away from the Romanian pack in recent years. Cristi Chirica and Ovidiu Cojucaru among them, heading into retirement. Now Romania look to give this some air. Tweddle chipping for himself to chase. Back goes Ingel to dive on the loose ball. Tweddle all over him. Oliver Payne, accomplished judoka outside of rugby. Feeding it out to Mizera. Germany trying to work a better angle for Leo Wulf and his trusty left boots. And Wulf just releases the pressure valve. That's a fine kick from the fly half.
You talk about pressure, Jamie. You said pre-game that there's no pressure on Germany, but they are a group who have got lofty aspirations, and they'll be so desperate to start well, avoid that relegation scrap, as you mentioned at the start. And a couple of the more experienced heads, Wulf, Payne, will be really need to be on top of their game to lead the rest of the squad, because they are up against it in terms of the physicality in this one early doors. They don't want to hold on to the pill when they get hold of it. It's been a bit back and forth so far. And we expected that probably with the conditions. I think we'll caveat everything we say across this next 80 and saying it's not easy conditions to be playing in. And especially when you're coming out round one, often there's a bit of ring rust to be worked through. Romania with mixed blessings in the build-up. Similarly with Germany working new combinations, so likely to be a little bit sticky coming out into this first half, and perhaps it'll be the team that can really settle into this match that will come out and start to build into the ascendancy.
It's never easy for either of these teams building into such a prestigious tournament. Germany in particular, the domestic league takes a near 2-month break, a winter shutdown to allow for the weather conditions. A lot of the guys playing today haven't played a competitive match for 8 weeks. Now they're up against one of the strongest teams in this competition. Who will blink first in this kicking duel? Young Hennig, this talented fullback, giving chase for Germany. Fine chop tackle from the 19-year-old. You can see every tackle, every little momentum shift being roared by the German fans. But away come Romania with Valvasa grubbering for himself to chase. Hamilton Strong gets there first. Romania thought they'd turn that over.
Good bit of mopping up work there from Germany. Really looked under a little bit of pressure. Valvasa with the break, put it on the toe. Wonder if he'd actually keep that in hand and just enjoy recycling there with Germany on the back foot. An absolute monster boot on him, Leo Wulf, we should say. Put it to good effect there. Chunked off a good bit of distance down that touchline and set them up nicely. It was a scramble back here. Acres of space around the ruck. A good fend, and it's good chasing back from the German defenders, which cut off the passing option, so that's why Valvasa went to the boot.
This time Germany have had a foothold in the Romanian half, but their line out too not functioning well, and Valvasa blasts that downfield. There's a lot of unguarded turf, and I tell you what, Romania and young Tony Mafdey, just the second cap, very close to getting on the end of it. The upshot will be a 50-22 to Romania.
Nice nudge into the corner. You can hear it on the mics. We talked about the importance of the leadership here for Germany in these top games. That's Ollie Payne geeing the boys up already, saying eyes up, prepared for every eventuality. Expect Romania to catch and drive this one. Some big units in the middle of this line-out.
Here comes the Romanian juggernauts. Budnario in command at the back. Mahu bursting through the middle. Around the corner they come. First spell of of red zone possession for the Romanians. Now they probe the short side. Konaki waits. Valvasa comes swinging around. Valvasa to Mafde, juggles, taken out by Hamilton Strong. And that's fine defence from the Schwarze Adler.
It really was nervous times there. Backs on their own lines. So look at the leg drive there from Hamilton Strong. Eyes up his opposite number. Good to get one of those over the line early doors. One of those let him know you're there situations.
Pressure through here for Andrew Fenkes, one of the most experienced German players. And he hits double top. And Germany look to work on Iterango for the relieving kick. Ingo set it up. And that'll do them for starters. Penalty one.
Well, I breathe a sigh of relief. There's an absolutely monster hit there coming in the midfield. Brunaru, I think it was, who put the shot in. Germany trying to hit up off the back of the line out. I thought they were under a bit of heat here. There's the infringement. They're all coming in off feet over the top. Sometimes that happens when actually you've been too much in the ascendancy at ruck time. They just need to exercise a little bit more control. Chance for Germany to clear their lines and try and launch something here. Shorten line out. Often a good tactic against more physical, bigger side. Renk and co will use their agility to get in front of this one.
And go to the tail, McTaggart won it, but it's pilfered back by Romania. And Konaki. What a shot that is. And Leo Wolf, the fly half up quickly. Romania do have the physical advantage. They have bigger men. They have more gnarled, experienced customers in this pack. And Gabi Girard hinting that in this first match of the tournament, they'll look to use the bludgeon as much as the scalpel. Konaki down the blind side to Valvasa. Manole, tight head caught from Dinamo Bucharest. Mahu the captain. Gontignac. Konaki. Mitrea stabbing the kick through, but Hennig is waiting for it. And Hennig gets good distance on that as well. First look at Niagu, the young Romanian fullback. Hamilton Strong and Reinkes, the hooker of all people. What an accomplished take from the front row forwards. Romania may not be rolling away there. Oliver Payne pleading his case, the referee saying he's being trapped in there. Wolf, looking for some more field position. Get the feeling that today, territory is going to be all important. Germany will not look to chance their arm in their own half. Konaki to build it backwards. Konaki hits touch, and Germany, Tom, winning that kick battle.
Yeah, massively, and there's some really, really good, strong kickers of the ball in this German outfit. We talked about Wolf already, but Henning already showing what he can do when he puts boot to ball. Some good distance chunked off, and as you said, Jamie, this could well be the story of the match. And then the thing is, with that, as it breaks up and the fatigue starts to creep in, then the gaps open up, the ability to run it back.
Clean line out from Reinkes to Rens. And now this German backline can strut its stuff for the first time. Engel took it up the middle. Romania were waiting for him. Payne. And John Dot's not a great pass. Mafde and Gontignac were up quickly. Romania comes surging into the counter ruck. Payne digs it out. Romanian fingertips on that. And the referee has spotted something he didn't like, and Germany will have another crack at this. Romania offside.
It's an interesting shift up, seeing Wolf at 10, and obviously over the years, so used to seeing him play that role in the centre and give him that go forward off set piece play. little bit more distribution we'll see from with the 10 jersey on. Then with the likes of Ingle, Renk, they're not the biggest back row players. They're very agile and they do pack a punch. But that might be the challenge for them today, is how do they actually create that momentum, the go-forward ball, as we often hear about talks. And that will just allow the backs to have something to work with.
We're going to see a lot of rotation over the next couple of weekends for Germany. Mark Human telling us everybody in the squad will see minutes in the pool phase, get them up to speed, and then the top team, the form team, will play in the ranking matches, those 4th and 5th matches of the competition as we head into March, and the games that will decide in what tier of Rugby Europe Germany will play next season and beyond. Heinkes, Payne, going blind again. Louis Ball, who plays his club rugby in Edinburgh in Scotland, wrapped up by the massive Mahu. Can Germany generate some power here? Wolf running sideways. Hamilton strong with the footwork, but Christy Bobok alive to the danger. Payne digging over the top. Oh, Wolf thinks he was taken out there. Play on is the call. Valvasa onto the left foot. It's a decent pressure relieving kick, but Germany still where they want to be in terms of geography, if not the scoreboard.
It's a good bit of pressure, a good bit of play as well. I quite like that little creative option, the kick over the top. Wolf certainly seemed to have been taken out on his way through there. Nice bit of creative play. Germany will need that. It's an interesting point you make about Kuhlmann rotating the squad across these early rounds. It's a mixed blessing because you do want to figure out who your best team are in going into the crunch games, but you do run the risk of losing out on some consistency and continuity. It's a bit of a balance to be played there.
I wonder, Tom, how frustrated David Gerard will be with these opening phases. He's had one trip to the German 22. He's coughed up possession. His line-out's not working well. He's now seen his team concede 4 penalties inside 13 minutes.
Yeah, I think going back to what I said at the beginning, in these early rounds, you want to get settled in, you want to bed yourself down and kind of put some of those passages together. They've had a bit of a disjointed run-in as it is in terms of training and bringing players in. You mentioned the injuries. So the longer these matches go on in round one, without you putting anything together that feels good, that feels settled, it starts to get a bit jittery for sure.
Schwarzer is the cry around Heidelberg. And now it's Germany who muscle up, who construct this maul. Kreitkes with McTaggart riding side saddle. Pence will shovel it back. Ingle in command now. Still they're marching Romania backwards. Payne now wants to play. Wolf throwing the dummy, using his power. Payne having a snipe. Big charge from Louis Ball, but Tweddle is there. Altinok too. Another penalty advantage to Romania, to Germany. Chiquete. Payne, a grubber kick through towards Hamilton, strong. Fonakia was covering. No advantage accruing. Germany really cranking things up.
Looks like there's some big gaps opening. This is the last-ditch attempt, playing under the advantage. Not sure why the ref didn't allow that to unfold a little bit, unless there was an infringement. Perhaps Hamilton Strong was offside of the kick, but they were shot at nothing. They'll come back for the advantage, but certainly a nice dominant drive off the line-out. It did stall for a bit, but then they got going, and it was just as they got going again that they decided to play out to some runners. But if I'm the German attack, especially those forwards coming on the hard lines, I'm licking at my lips at some of the gaps between those Romanian defenders, because let's be totally clear, they are defenders you want to run around rather than try and run through. Germany getting a bit caught up when they are getting gang tackle or two-man tackle from the Romanian defenders, but when they're running in those gaps, those holes, there's certainly options being created.
So Leo Wolf, Germany's playmaker in chief, to In their Rugby Europe Championship bank account for 2026. Here it goes. 16 minutes played, and it's Germany who lead Romania.
Settled start for Germany, and all of a sudden you get a bit of life and you get a little bit excited. It's early days, of course, but you are right that David Gerard will really want his side to respond to this and spend a bit of time down the other end of the park with a bit of ball and some points to show for it.
Deep restart played by Engel. Here comes that Romanian power. Germany under pressure and Germany in fringe. And Romania turn the tables immediately.
Well, you can see there Wolf complaining and saying they're going off feet, but when it's that dominant and you've been driven that far off it, you're likely to get the rub of the green as the counter-rucking side. That was the power dialed up to 10. Absolutely destructive from the Romanian defenders there to push the German attackers off the ball and win it over. And this looks ominous now, 5 meters out. Catch and drive time. If that same power comes through, Germany are going to be in trouble.
Germany do get up, Vance coming through. That's illegal. There will be no more for Romania. They're going to have to play. Konake moving it. Valvasa, Mafte away from Prumpe. The centre recovered just in time, but Romania come flooding round again. It's loose from Hinkley Valvasa, who will go back for that infringement. Events, I think, just coming through and pulling on the arm. That's what the referee's indicating.
Quick recycle there, and if that goes to hand, you think a bit of a difficult pass for Valvasa to take, but he would have backed himself to have done it. Good rivalry work there. Konaki at ruck time. They will get quick ball there. They will recycle because of the dominance of the carry, so they can whip it away, get the tempo of their attack high. Not that we've seen a huge amount of it so far, and I don't think this ball will be going wide either. Germany have been pinged at the last one, the last maul defence, so they can't afford to infringe here, otherwise you're looking at yellow card time. It's a worrying sight. Here's Valvasa, who's down getting some treatment.
I think he just collected one as he released the pass. This is his earlier break, Tom.
And he's such an accomplished player, very skillful, so key to the side. There he is, mopping up on the other side of the ball as well. Now, a bit of plans being made here for Germany. How do you stop this? You've got to try, if they can. They'll either stay down or they gamble on going up. Trade-off is, if you throw a man up, you try and win it in the air, it becomes more difficult to then get your maul defence when they land on the ground. I think if I'm Germany here, I'm gambling on getting up in the air and trying to win it. Because if that ball is brought down by the Romanian forwards and set in any sort of shape into a maul, then I think this is going to be try time.
Germany got up and contested the previous effort. They stay grounded for this one. Romania set the drive well, and there's a horrible air of inevitability about this. The German dam breaks, and Romania have their first try of the Rugby Europe Championship. And it looks like Tweddle has got it.
We'll see Tweddle hanging out on the whips in their attacking line, but on this occasion he was huddled down with his big mates in the pack. And this was forward at rate knots, no hesitation. Here he is at the back of the maul there. Tweddle getting a free ride on the back of that, I think. Tweddle was getting a piggyback off his mates on the way to the try line. She was the one that dotted it down, but that was certainly a group effort from the Romanian pack.
Konake slots the conversion. They lead by 7 points to 3.
Neuer Spielstand Deutschland 3, Rumänien 7.
Well, we called it before it happened, and it's an easy call to make when they've got such power coming through that pack. The big boys, Antonescu, Mahu, running that line out.
That's opting to use the right boot of Konake to bang Romania downfield. And that will have just calmed things down for the Stiari after an error-strewn start laden with infringements. Germany edging themselves into the leads.
Sometimes you do have to go back to some of the basics, the drills, as we call them sometimes. I expect them to go to that time and time again in this match as well. And they get the opportunity to kick deep into the German half and go for line out. Romania will do it. They've got the fruits of that already. And if it works, then you go to it again.
Well taken down at the front, and then Neil Wolf angling it back, but angling it too far. And these are the errors that, against the dominant forward pack, against the fancied team, Germany can ill afford to have mount up.
Yeah, it's funny, Jamie, you can almost see it, can't you? That kind of the jitteriness we talked about when they hadn't got into this game for the opening stages. And then all of a sudden, they've gone to the line out, they've done what they're good at, they've absolutely demolished Germany in that maul, they've got the 7 points for it. And now you think it just feels like it swings, and it can happen that quickly, and here we go.
Yeah, confirmation that Vavassa's not likely to play any further part in this. He hasn't shaken off that injury. It's Thomas Murzak who's on for him. That'll see Alin Konake moving out to 10. Murzak, a scrum half by trades. Elias Atinge making life very uncomfortable for Germany, but they have got the pace through Hamilton Strong, and he's bundling off all comers. He's beaten Tinge again. What a surge from the 7 specialist. Now it's on out wide. Fulf penning with the sidestep, beats one. Mahu squashes him into the mud. Payne down the narrow side. Reinckes, that's a dominant carry. Payne calls for it again. Klimke. He has it ripped off him though. And Romania have turned this. And now they come bouldering forth. They want to get this wide. Konake now in that fly half position. Tweddle moving along neatly. And it has been fumbled on the floor. And look at the reactions from the Germans. Is that the momentum shift they were looking for?
Good work, just making a mess in it. Lentz was in there, but this is the run. Hamilton Strong. If you've watched Sevens over the last few years, the Loughborough man, he's got lightning quick feet. And we got a glimpse of it here, beating defenders for fun. Clock them up, chalk them up. How many is that? He really promised on this recycle. We were on to something before Romania managed to turn it over. Germany here, winning it back at that ruck time. Some tenacious work at the breakdown, making a nuisance of themselves, and a nice platform here. Would suggest that Germany will probably be looking to get this one in and out, especially given the slippy nature of the pitch. Hopefully the boys have got the big studs on today, but they will want to be rolling this ball in, out, get it out to the backs. Hamilton Strong will be coming from this wing. Look for him popping up off the shoulder.
And this is certainly a facet of play where Romania will expect to dominate. We've got Alexandru Shavin, the Rhino, winning his 48th cap on this near side against the debutant Shekete from Germany. Some huge specimens in the visiting pack. can't imagine Germany will want this ball to linger in the tunnel for any length of time. Payne does clear it quickly. Wolf and Plumpe just couldn't hit Henning. He got absolutely belted on the gain line, and Gontignac leads the fly half. Gontignac gets his second touch. Rens going back. Tingue is quick, but the captain saves the day at the expense of a goal line dropout.
Tingue was absolutely all over that one. He was licking his lips. It was a true foot race. Tough one to gather. It's hacked through. It's a scramble and it's anyone's. And Rents has popped up off the far side of the scrum and got all the way back. Talked about Hamilton's strong sevens background. Rents has played a good bit of sevens for Germany. He's incredibly quick, as we saw there, coming to the aid of his team.
Now Romania reassert their dominance. Antonescu, an enormous physical beast, well over 100 games in the French professional ranks. Konaké, Altinok. Isaac introducing more heavies, more punishment for this German defence. Konaké, some gaps in the midfield. Vence and Plumpe close them. Route 1 rugby this from the Romanians, but it's wounding, it's energy sapping. Not a great pass from Mizrak. Konaké shovels it along, but they were under penalty advantage.
We'll see what decision they make here, because it's fairly kickable. And if they'll just nudge this to the corner, knowing the dominance they will of their maul. And let's expect a repeat of what we saw on this near side. Good sustained pressure that, as you said, it was bludgeoning stuff from Romania. Straight up the middle of the park. Nothing super creative about it. Didn't need to be. Konaké doing a good job. Now he slots in at that fly half role. He's moved from scrum half to fly half now after the departure of Valvassa. So he's just, you can see him dictating traffic and steering his boys around. Doing a good job of it.
Through squints. And Germany off the hook again. They're digging in well, the Schwarze Adler, but I suspect David Gerard will be pretty frustrated. That's 3 Romanian lineouts that have been crooked, lost, or spilled after the fact. And perhaps just that early tournament lack of cohesion counting against Romania here.
One of the brilliant things about the Rugby Europe Championship is there always a number of subplots going on, and a lot of it is the ambitions of each individual team. Romania, for a long time, have got those lofty ambitions and play against the big sides, even if it is every 4 years at Rugby World Cup. They have tasted what it's like to win this competition as well, albeit not for a while. I think you always pitch yourself with those personal ambitions, no matter who you come up against. So as you say, if those standards aren't being hit, then there'll be a little bit of a sour taste in the mouth.
Leo Wolf bangs the free kick long. And Romania play from inside their own half with Mafte, the winger, skirting around the couple. Plumpe puts him down. Mozak. And Matrea, it's not a sympathetic pass to Chavin. And John Daw, another off the sevens pathway, comes tumbling in, and it's a German penalty. Back-to-back infringements from Romania, and Chavin is fuming with his young centre.
It was all just a little bit messy, wasn't it? It was the missed pass back inside that did it. It was good awareness from Germany just to pounce on it and turn up the intensity, go for the counter-ruck. Romania, in those moments where there's not a huge amount on, there is that option to just slow it down, which not the way we want to play the game, it's not the way we want to see the game played, but Merzak's come on at scrum half. Might just have to control that a little bit better next time.
Henkes finds his man, Oliver Stein it was, rising highest at the tail. Germany back inside this Romanian 22. Can they leave with more points? They don't have the biggest pack, they don't have the most bulging of biceps, but they are smart in how they use and apply that physical pressure. Payne to Schicketti, probably the heaviest German forward today. Payne again, footwork from Stein. Louis Ball and McTaggart waiting. Ball to Schicketti, just about held on to it. Payne. Vence, he got smashed backwards, not before passing it to Misera. Wolf, up and under, cross-fielder, testing this Romanian back three. Oh, what a catch that is! Lammers on the extreme edge. And now Engel around the corner, but Pinge, with his Fijian power, was waiting for him. Payne now, Hamilton strong. Just couldn't hold it. However, there was another Romanian infringement. Back we will go. Germany can come again, and it's 7 first-half penalties leaked by the Oaks.
Well, we're coming a long way back for it, but how about the take from Lammers? The experience, man, getting up, climbing into this misty sky in Heidelberg and claiming that one beautifully. Set up his team nicely. Hamilton strong, came on the sneaky line off the shoulder of his scrum half, Ollie Payne, but he couldn't hold on to the handle. He'll come back for a very kickable penalty. Wolf will look to pop this one over and get them within 1. It's a good tactic though, going to that kick. I wonder if we'll see them use that more, especially when it just slows down, when they haven't got the momentum. As I said, it's hard for them to get it going in the physical games. They might go to that kick instead.
Germany staying in the fight. Leo Wolf narrows the gap to a point.
It was Wolf who put that inviting crossfield up for his winger, Lammers. A smart operator, Wolf. Played a lot of minutes, and he's putting that now to good use. Staying in touch in this one. Perhaps we thought to be a bit more one-sided in this opening section, but Germany have really come out here, giving something for the home support to cheer about.
Looking to box down the tram lines. That's bobbled out, and it will be a Germany throw. Half charged down as it was.
Again, shortened line out here for Germany, so a couple of the bigger boys in the midfield looking to hit up. Engel first off Wolf's shoulder.
Overthrow from Venkes. Vence couldn't take it. And that's handed possession back to Romania. Big collision in the midfield. Germany want the maul here. Hasn't been called, so Romania can play on. Mahu pulling it back. Konakier turning it very quickly, but there was a knock on there. Just a knock on as Konakier released the pass.
It might have been John Dorr coming through on that, trying to shut the door. By that I mean the outside defenders from Germany were coming up to stop Romania putting it through the hands to the width. I have to say, though, it was one of those ones where Dorr might have been a little bit nervous. That would have been more than a scrum. It's one of those where you are sort of going for the tackle, but you also know that if he passes it, you're likely to hit it with your arm. I've seen those given a deliberate knock-on plenty of times.
This is an area where Romania will look to milk a penalty or two to swing the momentum back their way. Germany reversing rapidly, and out goes the referee's arm. Freebie for Romania. Konakier popping it wide where Mafte is heading the touchline. He's lost it, and will go back for the penalty.
Taking on 2 German defenders, trying to carry into that space. And hold on to it. That scrum, though, looked dominant. It's two areas of the game now where Romania are really looking to assert their ascendancy. Maul time, as we've seen, but a missed touch here. Again, we talked about the inaccuracies.
And David Gerard will not be enjoying what he's seeing in this opening 35 minutes or so. Wolf moving it left, and Lammers again. Be careful not to be dragged into touch himself there. Engel, smashed, ball dislodged. Romanian possession. Mahu, Bobok, who scored that opening try for Romania. Cognacier, slicker stuff from the visitors. Gontignac kicking for Mafde to chase. It's holding up on the turf, and Mafde will pounce on it. And there's the class of Taylor Gontignac. Tony Mafde's second try in his second Romanian cap. And that's a hammer blow for the Germans.
Oh, how about the touch on it from Gontignac? Really lovely way. I mean, it couldn't have been more perfect. So inviting for Mafde to just put the hammer down, chase after it and fall on it. The best bit of play we've seen from Romania, the handling in the build-up to get the ball to the width was brilliant. Seeing vision there. Rent's not happy. He thinks there's been some sort of infringement in the build-up. Great skills from Romania. Backs and forwards to get the ball out wide. Some wonderful work from Gontignac. Mafde.
Bisecting the posts again. Romania lead by 14 points to 6. Massive try right before the half.
It's a 2v2 situation, and with German defenders coming across, that little kick in behind was a wonderful option into the space. No one covering from Germany.
Wolf has overcooked that one. He's flirted with the touchline a couple of times. And he's put too much on this restart. And Germany will be wary not to let things slip away from them, not to allow Romania to build more than this 8-point lead before the half-time whistle sounds.
It's an interesting half-time chat for David Gerard because, as you said, there's been some inaccuracies, but actually the execution on a couple of the tries has shown the two areas of the game in attack that they really want to execute, and that is one, being really strong and powerful in the tight, i.e. the maul, and they scored off that, but then also have the ability to move the ball wide, to keep it alive, put it through the hands, and there was no better example we could have hoped for than that last try. So a mixed bag of results from this first 40 so far for Romania.
We spoke a bit about Germany's preparation for the tournament. Romania's has not been without its problems either. Had a 2-week camp in France where a good number of their players are based, but around about half of them unable to attend. They've got club commitments, work, life getting in the way. David Gerard telling us this week the level that they're playing at in France as well. It's not the level of old. It used to be that the top 14 was liberally sprinkled with Romanian talent. Now it's the lower leagues, and even then it's only Taylor Gontignac who's playing regularly in the Pro D2 as he is with Aurillac. Here come Romania again, on the hunt for another try before half-time. Cognacier delayed the pass, Pimpa came up quickly, couldn't commit to catching it, and now instead it's Tingue. He's got flair, he's got muscles. Here's Zach. Mahu. Too hot to handle. Still it's kept alive. Manole. Carry from the tight head prop. Shavin digs it out. Rugnariu. Manole. It's loose and it's dropped. the captain Mahu spills it.
That pass perhaps dipping a little bit on him, but actually anything that dips is a long way down for him, to be fair. A little bit of a few juggles in that passage amongst the Romanian forwards as they get their eye in. Impressed with some of the work from Konike since he's gone to 10. He's really looking to play the expansive game. Borderline interception opportunity in that last passage, so he's going to have to just hold on to a little bit and control this. It's that balance of that kind of exuberance and ambition, the 23-year-old, to want to play the wide game whilst also recognising that they are in control of this game at this stage, and you see that through to the half. That's part of the learning curve of stepping into those general roles of the 9-10 jersey. I'd like to see Germany trying to find solutions in this area of the field now at scrum time. It's going to be there are a lot of scrums in this game, which there could well be, given the conditions. It's going to be a tough second 40. They've done well so far, but I think the referee now is going to have their number of any potential infringements, knowing that Romania have been dominant in a couple so far. And see on this loose head side, Saveni.
Our clock has ticked reds, and so has the stadium one. So Wolf pops it out, and Germany will accept an 8-point deficit as they head to the sheds. They've been credible in this opening 40 minutes of both teams' Rugby Europe Championship campaign. They led briefly through the boot of Leo Wolf, their chief playmaker, with the power and then the panache from the Oaks of Romania, just proving a bit too much in this first 40 minutes. Tries from Bobok from the maul, from Mafte, from a wonderful Gontignac grubber, put Romania in charge at the interval in Heidelberg. The half-time score here is Germany 6, Romania 14. So Germany will no doubt be proud and pretty satisfied with their efforts. That try just a couple of minutes before the break, a real killer for them in terms of momentum and scoreboard pressure. This is the tail of the tape at the interval. You can see the two converted tries for Romania, Bobok and Gontignac, both dealt with by Aline Konake, who is as flawless as ever off the tee, and just those two Leo Wolf penalties to show for Germany's impressive toil at the breakdown. An impressive kicking game as well that's allowed them to milk penalties and build some pressure in the Romanian half. So let's have a look at how the action unfolded here in Heidelberg. This from an early break by Hinckley Valvasa, who we sadly lost to injury midway through the half.
Yeah, and he thought his departure would potentially stifle their progress after a bit of a rocky start. It was the boot of Wolf who secured not just the opening points of the match, but the only points for Germany in the first 40. But it was this dominance which really settled Romania into the game, albeit after a 20-minute spell where they looked a little bit rattled and struggled to put anything together. Big power at maul time. All 8 of the boys getting in the mix. Christy Bobok, the one to dot down. And you sensed at that stage Romania were properly into the match. They utilised this sort of power at scrum time as well, and that battle up front for the second 40 we expect to be a really important one. There were glimpses of Germany where this one, the best of them, it was Hamilton Strong getting his fancy footwork going up the far touchline, getting the crowd on their feet, and rightly so, because this was a beautiful bit of play, but Germany just failed to capitalise off the back of it, and that was the tale of that first half for them. More points off the boot of Wolf.
Adding those extras, as you say, Tom, and then this is class. Taylor Gontignac.
Just a wonderful touch. Just puts it exactly where he wanted to. Got the right club, that's for sure. But it was the endeavour to play that expansive game from Romania, which we didn't see huge amounts of, and then finishing beautifully by Mafte in the corner.
Yeah, terrific try to round off the first half action. Contignac's grubber, Mafte, on just his second cap. He's got a fine scoring record already. 2 caps and 2 tries to his name in the Romanian jersey. It is Romania who beat Germany by 14 points to 6 here in Heidelberg.
So, wie wir alle wissen, sollte das Spiel heute eigentlich in Kassel stattfinden.
Welcome back to the Fritz Grunebaum Sport Park in Heidelberg. It's the final match of round one of the Rugby Europe Championship, and it is Romania who have the advantage at the break. 14 points to 6, they lead Germany. You can see the scores from the rest of the weekend's matches. Big away wins for the Iberian nations, Spain and Portugal. Each will have strong designs on getting to the final in Madrid in a month and a half's time. Georgia, likewise, the established powerhouse of this competition, aiming for an 18th title and starting in typically emphatic fashion with a 54 points to 3 victory in Switzerland just a couple of hours ago. So away wins all rounds in this opening weekend of REC 2026, the men's edition, and Romania as night begins to fall in the south of Germany, heading in the same direction. A 2-score lead buttressed by that 38th minute try for Tony Mafte, the young winger, and it is they who are back on the pitch first and ready to try and press home that dominance, backed as they are by a raucous travelling support. Rugby's still a hugely admired and culturally significant sport in Romania, and the Oaks followed wherever they go in this competition and the World Cups and beyond by a very passionate band of hunters. Tom Mitchell, it's been an interesting old half. Romania were pretty error-stricken really in the first 20 minutes or so, but once they got the foundation of that set piece, their class began to tell.
Yeah, absolutely. We knew they'd always have that power to lean into, whether that was in the loose or at set piece. And it was through the set piece that it came to the fore, and the maul also came through at scrum time. And we'll wait to see the second half get underway, and whether Germany have any answers to that. They'll certainly be buoyed by some of their passage of play. They'll want to try and unleash some of their wide men. We saw glimpses of Lammers, of Hamilton Strong, which weren't in the game in huge amounts. They can just recycle, as we see a couple of German substitutions in the front row, and maybe that is to try and have an answer to that Romanian scrum.
Yeah, 2 half-time replacements to tell you about. Christopher Howells, the Frankfurt tight head, and Hassan Ryan, former captain of the German national team. He's a second row by trades. Wearing jersey number 19, both on at the interval, perhaps just to try and bring some ballast to stem the bleeding at the scrum in particular. Hassan Ryan, you can see guarding the right-hand side of the ruck. He's an architect outside of rugby. Spends most of his time building bridges. Coach Mark Kuhlmann telling us this week he wouldn't trust Hassan Ryan's architecture sufficiently to drive on any of those bridges, but trusting him today to come on and shore up things in the tight. Ollie Payne back to Leo Wolf. Once again, the crossfield up and under, the weapon of choice. Lammers is good in the air. Lost forwards by Niagu, the fullback. And Germany will have the scrum.
DK was off and running there. Thought he might have been away with one. Come back for a knock-on. Saw the kicking game put to good effect with Germany in the first half. Leo Wolf with the big boot, but also utilising it as an attacking tactic as well, something they've got in the locker. And of course, Romania, their second of their 2 tries coming through Gontignac's boot, which was delightful. A real wonderful touch on that one. Both teams probably utilising that given the conditions. But this looks like an opportunity for Germany to run. Lovely field position here. As I say that, we might not get a chance to see it. And I think if they can buy penalties before the scrum's even engaged, they'll probably take it.
Yeah, it's the second time that Romania has been done for an early drive, so the free kick becomes the full long arm penalty. And Leo Wolf can banana kick his way into the corner. And this is a prime spot of German real estate for the Schwarze Adler to occupy.
I saw them go to the short and line out a lot in the first half, and they're going to go for the full complement here. You see Sean Ingle looking at that 9 position. He'll be trying to latch on and secure the ball at the back of this maul if they set it.
They go to the tail where McTaggart is waiting. Ingle in possession. Shovel back now to Reinches. Hassan Ryan adds his substantial bulk. Many have stopped that first drive. Germany build it back up again. Now it goes to ground. Nothing illegal there. They put Brown to the left. Payne has dummied and gone to the right. That caught Romania off guard. Now they assemble the bruisers. Engel once again. He's an engineer at McLaren Racing outside of Rugby. Remarkable man. Penalty advantage banked. Reinke's calling for it. Tinge lines him up. Reinke's going wide, and Lammers was waiting. Murzak intercepted. And Sara Macharadze gives Germany the penalty right under the posts here.
I think you take the 3 here early on in the second half. Guaranteed. Although referee just having a conversation there with Captain Mahu. Perhaps explain they don't want to infringe. They're going to tap and play here, Germany. Power game coming in.
This is a bold decision. Louis Ball to within 5 metres. Germany have backed themselves. They have to come up with the goods. They stack the right-hand side. Wolf, dummying, bashes aside Konake. Romania scrambling so well. German eyes lighting up. Heidelberg holding its breath. Hassan Ryan again helping out McTaggart. Misera waits.
Lost it.
And he'd been turned over. You could see the frustration from Ollie Payne as his forwards surrendered possession. And that call not to go for 3 backfiring within a couple of phases. Misera gets rid. Hamilton Strong keeps it in. Using that isometric power to stay strong in the tackle. Payne, Ryan. That's the go forward he can generate for Germany. Payne again, Wolf with Stein with him. Wolf went alone. Hence, oh, he couldn't take the ball with him. Pass just behind the captain. And more errors denting this German onslaught.
Well, you've got to admire the ambition to go for it under the shadow of the poles when it was a guaranteed 3. Unfortunately, if you don't come away with anything, it feels like a real blow to the guts. And they had a second crack at it there. The kick not going all that far. The clearance kick from Romania. Hamilton Strong doing a good job of securing on that far side. And there's just the crispness letting them down. The pass slightly behind Rents. Couldn't gather. There was a moment in there where Wolf went really close. He bumped off his opposite 10. Konake, we were only a few metres away, but you've got to say, trying to beat Romania up around the fringes is a tough ask.
Spoken a lot, understandably, about the scrum today and how Romania have dominated that aspect of the match. Germany hoping to have Nick Schonner, you might remember the former Sale Sharks, Worcester Warriors prop, was very close to winning a cap for England on residency, having moved from South Africa close to 10 years ago now. He has got German ancestry, and they're hoping that Van will release him once he's back from his shoulder injury to play in some of the rankings matches later in this tournament. A lot of German-born talent out there. Mark Kuhlmann doing his best to harness as much of it as he can. Lammers up quickly. Romania done for offside in front of the kicker. And they're not helping themselves here, the Oaks. They're giving Germany more opportunities to press them. They are feeding the German beast.
On this occasion, I think Germany will. Or as Wolf just wanders over to the mark, suddenly this kick just got a little bit more difficult if he wanted to go for the 3. I think there's a few fingers pointing towards the corner, and that's where they're going to go. And this is the character of this German side. We talked about the lofty ambitions that the team have, and it won't be about playing with fear and playing not to lose.
What a
They'll
kick.
come here, and that is put them right in the corner.
But if you're going to maul Romania over, it's a lot easier starting from 5 rather than 10 out. And Leo Wulf has nailed this kick. It's a gutsy play from Germany. Will it pay off?
Now. Big throw.
Eiches towards the tail. The throw is good, the catch is safe. Stein took it. German backs adding their muscularity to the drive. Can they chisel some pay dirt from this Romanian defence? It's holding firm so far. Ollie Payne might need to pull this out. It's there for the scrum half. Now they play. Now they probe. Wulf goes alone again. Carrying like a flanker. Payne. Blindside. Misera. These feel like seminal phases in this match. Ryan just hauling his teammate forwards. Germany can come up with something here. It really would change the complexion of this match. Romania hold firm, and it's a mighty psychological boost. Misera under pressure. The one-out approach not working so far for Germany. Ingel shoveled it to ball. Still German possession. Stein! That was intelligent with the dummy. Romania calling for numbers down the blind side. That's how close they are. Payne, dummies, and he's in! That's the moment the Germans played. The sniper's instincts of Ollie Payne after his forwards made cut after cut after cut. Payne plunders the try, and Heidelberg enraptured.
I felt like they were plugging away, battling and scrapping. It was the speed of Payne in the end. The classic snipe from the 9, the patience of Payne to just ride it out while his forwards did the hard yards and just waited for his opportunity to scoot on that angle, on that bend. And that's a wonderful start within the first 10 of this second half. Germany have made a real statement there. Not only the ambition, but the execution.
He turns away as soon as he struck that. 3 from 3 for the fly half. And a 3-point ball game with half an hour left. So Wulf's kick narrows the arrears to a single point. Germany's first try of this Rugby Europe Championship, scored by the 34-year-old scrum half. Bonacquet with a more contestable restart. New ball to get in for Germany. Taken by Bonacquet. This is loose though from the arms of Niagu, and Germany of broken field possession through Misera on the counter. Payne. It's out now. Leo Wulf looking to exploit this backfield. What a lick he's given that. Tinge can't keep it in. And Germany are rampant right now. They want to take that quickly. They want the 50-22. The officials are just figuring out whose throw it is.
Well, I tell you what, if it was a 50-22 and you stopped them doing the quick one, that is interesting. And maybe they pass it back in. Yeah, you could just over the halfway line there with the carry. Misera's carry, a few centimetres too good to create the opportunity, but doesn't detract from the nudge from Wulf. I mean, that is picture-perfect stuff off that left boot. Still work to be done from Romania.
First job. Sorry, Tom. Stefan Buriana's first job is to throw him at a pressure line out, and has Done his job well, and now the cast hooker with an awkward pass, and Germany come tumbling through on it, and suddenly they're within 5 metres again. What are Romania doing here? Germany go round the corner. Germany believe something special could be on the cards here. Stein, and still Heinkes calling his teammates around the corner. Here comes the hooker. Three metres between Germany and another 5-pointer. Hence the captain pops it up to Heinkes. Romanian defence being stressed and stressed again. Now they move it wide, and now they score! Felix Lammers is in! Germany have turned this match on its head, and there's more punishment coming for Romania.
How about the hands? There was bludgeoning again from Germany. And then Payne decided it's time to spread the butter, and out it goes. Wonderful work from Hennig, no mistake. And he pings it out to Lammers. Well, they have got their tails up, that is for sure.
It wasn't the yellow card shown. Just as we went to the replay of Lammers' try, you could have seen Saba Macharadze reaching into his pocket. It's Kemal Altinok who's been binned. So Germany 4 points up and a man up. This is huge. Bird for the first time today, miscues from the tee. So with 26 minutes remaining, Germany, yes, Germany, lead Romania.
This is what the Rugby Europe Championship is all about. Each game delivering. And we've seen across this round one, numerous tries, excitement. This one is tight, and there's a potential upset on the cards.
First German cap for Darren Ferner, who's come on for Heinkes. What a game he's had. Shavin up front for Romania, replaced by Julian Hartig, and we saw a moment ago Stefan Guruyana throwing in at that line out. Oh, it's another Romanian error. And just listen to this place. It's going to be a penalty as well for hands on the floor. Every mistake, every penalty, every little mini battle being won by the Germans, roared by the capacity crowd here.
Well, it's a grey, dreary day in Heidelberg, but the crowd are absolutely red hot. They're quite right too, because their side, they're leading one of the favourites of this competition in round one, and they're doing it in very accomplished style. It's all off the back of the ambition. A couple of calls to forego the points in front of the sticks. They went to the line-out. They've tapped and played, taken Romania on, both up front and been able to spread it. We're getting too excited, James. We should keep an eye on the clock and say there's a way to go in this one yet. But Germany have really given themselves a good chance so far in this game. They're in a wonderful spot to capitalise. It's now the balance between keeping the momentum and playing with intensity and excitement, but also holding some control over this, as they're now in the lead for the first or for the second time after the opening 5 minutes.
Ferrer's thrust through as an international player didn't find its target, and Romania can relieve some pressure here. Here's Zach. For the cross fielder end over end. Henning underneath it. Height and distance on it. Perhaps a little too much distance. And the mark called by Murzak. Just to emphasise as well that if you're not familiar with the Rugby Europe landscape, there is a long way to go, as Tom says, but a German win here would be utterly seismic. It would be, I'm trying to think of a good equivalent in the so-called Tier 1 game. Maybe Portugal upsetting Fiji at the last Rugby World Cup. Be on a par with that if we're talking upsets and shocks. Germany don't have a single full-time professional player on the pitch today. All these guys have got jobs outside of the game. The majority of them play in the German top flight. It's another loose one from Romania, another high ball that has wreaked havoc on the Oaks in the backfield. 13 places between them in the World Rugby rankings. Germany are ranked 35th on the men's ladder. The likes of Paraguay, the Czech Republic, Brazil, Russia, Sweden, all above them. And Romania have coughed up another. And all of the play craning our necks down to the left-hand side at the moment.
It's just inaccuracies from Romania. From minute one, they haven't clicked. Too many mistakes across the park. No one thing that they need to address. So certainly some of the handling up front and in the tight has been pretty average. They did have to reshuffle early on, Romania, with the departure of Valvasa. Konake went to 10, and then Mirzak's been on for a long time, but so maybe they lost a little bit of continuity with that change. They just need to settle themselves in this.
John Daw, 33-year-olds, playing for the German 15s team for the first time today. Ball, that's a good angle. You see the difference in the dynamism and the carries from first to second half, but the breakdown untidy there for Germany. Romania have it back. Mirzak and Gagion, the beast from the east, with a 240 kilo bench press. Mirzak away from Gienke. Henning, standing start. Oh, that's skillful. That's silky. Henning dancing over the mud, inside to Wolf. Back to Henning off the deck. Lammers trundling to within 5. Electric from Germany. Engel almost on his hands and knees. Here come the Germans again. Is this their time? Wolf, crossfield kicks coming. Wide they go. Where's it landing? Daw inside to Pumpa. They've dropped it. And if that pass goes to hand, it's try time, and crucially a 2-score lead for Germany. Those are the margins.
Well, it wouldn't have just been try time, Jamie. It would have been one of the contenders for the competition, albeit in round one. That was superb. It all came off Henning's take, off the kick. A brilliant bit of footwork, a dummy that sold half the stadium. He nearly went all the way himself. Managed to somehow smuggle the pass back inside to Wolf, and Lammers went close. Wow, edge of your seat stuff that Germany are delivering. And when Wolf went for the crossfield again, it's not the first time we've seen it in this match. Did wonder if it was the right call. As you say, they were a small offload away from that being absolutely the right call, and a brilliant bit of play. As it is, Romania will pause now, try and lay a good foundation to get away from this bit of the park, because we have been down here for the majority of this second portion of the match.
Well, we've got the strong penalty there, as it is Gontignac. Uses the sledgehammer approach. Mirzak, an easy pass for Konake. And this one is kept alive by young Henning, the teenager, who's lighting fires again. Mafte deals with him better this time. Mizera. Repel, Adrian Motok off the bench, making his presence felt. Counter ruck as well. Ball is loose. Stein has dropped it. And Romania beginning to crab their way up this pitch, as they must.
Scrappy in there. This was it from Henning. Whoa. A great bit of fancy footwork. This is the poise and the awareness to find that pass back inside was superb. It's good cover from Romania. And for all money, Lammers looked like he was going over to his second. So close up front through Ingle. Wow, real heart in the mouth stuff from Germany. So entertaining.
Another Wulf has joined the fray. Daniel Wulf, brother of Leo. Two boys raised in South Africa, went to the storied Grey College in Bloemfontein, which has been something of a Springbok factory over many decades. And he's on at loosehead prop for Dustin Misera. So new front rows on either team. Romania, you fancy, will still have the edge at scrum time. Konake with the up and under. Mafte giving chase. Hamilton strong underneath it, couldn't take it. Mafte rubbering away, he's got real pace. Beats Henning to the loose ball. Germany have scrambled well and recovered possession. Henning did so well. Mafte was coming at a rate of knots. And Ollie Payne, scorer of that first German try, pops it out.
Mafte was sniffing another one, wasn't he? And that boot, he stuck his toe on the end of that one, and then it's just a case of the big chase. Hamilton Strong couldn't gather, pings off his chest. Henning's had a really good game, hasn't he? He's done a bit of mopping up at the back. He's also really set the world alight in attack a couple of times. And this
Experience
quite a big change.
places another. Sorry, Tom,
Yeah.
you talk us through that one.
No, Payne just been absolutely superb in terms of steering this game around so far. Got through a huge amount of work. One of the more senior members of this squad. But Michael McDonald certainly knows how to lead the troops around. The man from the British Army will certainly look to take this to the next level. And can he steer them through to what would be a famous victory? They have to do a bit of defending in the meantime.
Penalty advantage to Romania. Jacques Motok. Played all over France for the likes of Racing and Agen. Konake for Tingue to chase. Wolf underneath it. And we will go back for the penalty. Robin Prumpe, meanwhile, has gone down for Germany. It's not moving too freely. They've got Luke Wakefield, who's the backup centre on the bench. You see in the bottom right of your picture. He's gone down with an issue in his lower back by the looks of things. Confirmation as well that Paul Papaya, one of the top young talents in Romanian rugby, is on at fullback for Video Niagu. And a big decision here for Romania. They have chosen to go for the posts to bring themselves back within a point. Maybe, Tom, a reflection of the fact that, one, they haven't had much possession for the past few minutes, and two, they haven't really had any ball at all down in this part of the pitch.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely the right call. Your points to minutes ratio, as you say, minutes in the opposition half. They'll be feeling pretty grateful for it.
No mistake from Ali Konake. It's a one-point match again as we approach the final 15 minutes. What a finale we've got in store.
It's a really interesting mindset for both teams here. Germany with the one-point advantage, but it's certainly not a case of seeing the game out. They've got to keep playing. The ambition and intensity is what's got them to this position. Romania, you suspect, will think anything inside the German half, penalty, any opportunity to go to the line out and the maul, they'll feel confident they can come away with some points. Wolf is flirting with that touchline off the kickoff again.
Jacques over the shoulder. It's a fine take by the retreating Germans. Not easy to do when you're facing the wrong way. McDonald out to Hens, who has led Germany magnificently today, but he's been stripped in the tackle. Altinot back on the pitch, making his presence felt, and Buruyana into Leo Wulf. Hens almost pilfered it back. In fact, he did get a steal, but he knocked it on. So scrum advantage to Romania. Lammers going back, they kicked away that advantage. Lammers wants that to bounce. And it hasn't.
That's a tough one, Lammers. He absolutely swung his right boot at that one. It did look like there was a bit of lack of control on it, and as a result, it's gone straight out. I thought there was... looked like there was a couple of moments in those previous rucks where I thought the referee might have given Germany the penalty. Looked like they got hands on, just not quite surviving the clear out for long enough to warrant the long arm.
Every line out crucial. Every attacking phase precious for both these teams. Muzak, Papaya, what an angle from Mafti, slicing Germany open. That's a game changer. The Schwarze Adler stupefied by some wizardry from the Romanian backline. Mafti doubles up, and Romania have the lead once more.
Well, he's bagged a second, and it is a wonderful one. Straight off the training park. It's a two-phase set piece. The teams call these, so they set the line out, and they set what everyone's going to do off the second phase as well. And the result of that was Mafte being put through a hole. He came off the inside shoulder. It's a lovely bit of deception. Dummy runners coming from all angles, but it was the angle that that man took through the middle of the park, and he's got the wheels to finish those all day long. He's had a good afternoon. It did look suspiciously forward, that pass, is the only thing. And I don't know if that's what we're looking at, but the pass on back inside to Mafte looked to me like it went forward. That one there.
Team of today is Josip Japaridze, in conjunction with his Georgian compatriots. He's got a huge decision to arrive at here. Is that backwards out of the hands? Here's the verdict. No, it's not. That's a massive decision, but it looks to be the correct one from our team of Georgian officials. And Germany's lead, slender as it is, precarious though it may be, remains a point.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jamie, those plays, the inside balls, if you do them while you're still sort of angling slightly towards the touchline, just by virtue of the anatomy, means that your hands are always more likely to go forward, and the ball's always likely to travel forward out the hands than it is if you're running straight upfield. So if you're running towards your try line you're trying to score at, it's easier to get the pass backwards. As it was a sort of blind inside ball, and those are the ones that do often drift forwards out the hand.
German scrum retreating, but they've gone all the way quickly. Territory's so important. Leo Wolf sends it high, it's lost forwards, and Germany have it through Daw. John Daw gives the pass to Hamilton Strong! Glory for Germany! The young man from Loughborough University sets Heidelberg alight, and on his German debut may have just run himself into German rugby history.
The gather from Daw, it's off the loose one. He gets away from one, gets his two hands back on the ball, and of course any winger wants to be sniffing there. And Dan Hamilton Strong right there to get the goodies. He's been hungry all day, we've seen glimpses. On this occasion, he comes up with what will be one of the biggest tries of his career.
He's played Bucks Super Rugby back in England. He's played even for the Leicester Tigers at youth level. A few moments for the 22-year-old. We'll top this one. This for a two-score lead from Wolf. It's not going to have the legs. So a converted try for Romania still puts them in front. But boy, is this giving Germany insurance.
Well, it's a tough one. It's coming out of the night sky there, and it was a little fumble. from Papaya. Germany didn't hang around with the follow-up. Really hungry work from Dort. And a great finish from Hamilton Strong. What a game.
Minutes for the Schwarze Adler to see out. They don't want to play in this part of the pitch. Romania have not been secure under these kicks, and they've been swallowed up again. Papaya gets belted. Mafti going in to deputise at scrum half. Calling in the heavies. Buruyana. His reverse lights are flashing though. Germany debut, you can see, for Aidan Dixon. It's a bit of a hybrid player for them. Flanker by trade. He's on for Lammers. Here he is under the bouncing ball. It's not easy for him to deal with. Got it away to Hennig. And Hennig has got to be careful. He's kept it in. Mirzak. Germany have a man down in backfield. What a tackle from Louis Ball that is. Scything down the Romanian player. Germany defending though, 14 on 15. And now Romania move it. Gontignac using his power. He's the game breaker for Romania. Gontignac against Wolf. Germans being dispatched. Back it comes again. Boucourt repelled. Konaké. Oliver Stein has been patched up. He's back in the defensive line for Germany now. Gontignac meanwhile is down and hurt. He's hobbling back to the pitch. Right to your picture. Mirzak. Boucourt. Good ball that to Buruyana. Quick ball for Romania. Boucourt pulling strings again. Wide to Tingue. Here he goes against Hennig. Oh, he lost his footing. Crushed onto the turf. Back up again. The inside ball to Gajion. The beast from the east for the try. And German hearts are shattered. Konaké will have a kick to put Romania back in front.
Rumänien kommt wieder zum Versuch.
Oh, the traffic was only coming one way. And good luck stopping this man from close range. Gajion with a budgeting run to finish it off. TK got close, great presence in mind to gather and go again, and he dished it off to the enforcer. That was a demolishing bit of attacking play from Romania. They needed a response. They demonstrated it. A pressure kick for the young man. Stepped in at 10 early in this match. Pressure on his shoulders now.
Building posts in his back garden in Romania. And that's the upshot. Unflinching, unblinking. And Romania leads with 7 minutes left.
Es ist die 73. Spielminute Heidelberg. Treibt unsere Jungs an. Hier ist alles drin. Kommt schon Heidelberg. Macht wieder für Deutschland.
What a game this has been. And still, as we enter the final throws, as the shadows lengthen in Heidelberg, it dangles in the balance. Hennig, Wolf calls for it. Dixon to his left. Wolf says to the new man, get after that, son. Dixon does his job. It's lost by Romania. Germany have it back through Stein. McDonald plays. McDonald gets the call from Stein and from Rens. Dawes with him. Rens dispatches 3 tacklers. Remember, a penalty or a drop goal would be enough for Germany. Romania's discipline has to be squeaky clean. McDonald! Wolf, it's opened up for him! Wolf! He's under the posts! Germany's game breaker with a try that could change the course of the sport in his country. Leo Wolf So often the go-to man, running through a chasm in the Romanian defence.
Well, what an invitation, a huge hole. Mikey McDonald finds his 10, and he needed no second invitation. Try stopping him from there, with so much on the line for this German side. Leo Wolf looks so assured all game. He's set up so many opportunities for the players around him. This time, it's an opportunity for him to bag the full 7. And a much easier kick from in front.
Wolf delivers. Germany 30, Romania 24. Fewer than 5 minutes left on the match clock. Romania need a converted try to pull this from the fire. Hamilton strong, ploughing a furrow again. Can't risk being held up though. Romania might have forced the maul here. They have it, Germany still in possession. Michael McDonald calls in for reinforcements. He needs some big backsides to protect him, shelter him for the kick. Forward comes Popaya. Germany wrap him up as they've wrapped up Romanian chasers all day, and they have the penalty! Predatory at the breakdown. And a kick here would surely win the match.
Justin Rentz with his head over the ball here. He's been outstanding all game as the skipper. And he wears a few Romanian clearers in the process. Rentz has been absolutely electric. So energetic with his play on both sides of the ball. And he's not the biggest back rower, but boy does he get through some work. And he's the type of leader, the type of skipper who's a good time guy. He enjoys himself off the park. He's one of the younger lads coming up through the ranks. He's really establishing himself. He's one of the key players in this German side. And whilst he doesn't always do the pretty stuff, the glorious stuff, he has really backed his side and led his side well.
Stein wins the line-outs. Retained possession down here, and the game is Germany's. History is Germany's. McDonald in no rush to bring this out. Daw, Wolf, Henning, splatted by Tinge. Have that, young man. They go back down the blind side here. McDonald bringing the forwards into play. They're exactly where they want to be, Germany. Deep in Romanian territory. With a lead to defend. Gagion, you're not going to run through him. The ebbs and flows in this contest. The narrative that has shifted, the pendulum that has swung. Truly captivating, and it's going to swing again. Because Germany, in trying to be secure, have gone off their feet, and Romania are not dead and buried yet.
It's such a risky game, playing it tight against Romania, just hoping to recycle with a couple of hit-ups from a standing start. You're just not going to do it. That has given Romania a chance. Converted score wins it for them. Huge moments here in Heidelberg. Romania, it's not a huge kick down the touchline, but importantly they have possession. This exciting young hooker, Buriana, to chuck in.
Top collects. Germany have sacked it early, but legally. Romania have to retain possession. They cannot knock this ball on. They cannot concede a penalty. Germany, by contrast, do not have to force their hands. They don't have to chase lost causes. Here's Ack. Where's he off to? Bukur, space on the outside for Tingue. Lassoed around the ankles but kept alive. Bukur, belted by Tobias Bauer and by Wakefield. 20 seconds to play. Defense is the call around Heidelberg. We're going to have to do more defending here. Konake and Bobok. German hands on the ball, not for long enough. Uruyana on the inside. Monsters plastered with German mud and German boot prints. Have Romania got the minerals here? Konake looking inside. Mirzak keeping it alive. Oh, he's gone for the kick and it's been turned over. Has that cost Romania the match? Time is up, says the referee. Germany win it! A moment of German sporting majesty. Perhaps the greatest day in German rugby history. A team of plumbers, architects, students and engineers, coached by an insurance broker, have sank one of the powers of the Rugby Europe Championship and have etched those 23 German names into Rugby Europe folklore. A game that swung from end to end. A battle that raged from first to final whistle has been claimed sensitive by the mighty Schwarze Adler of Germany, who are not giving up their seat at Europe's top table without one heck of a fight. And these are scenes, beautiful, poignant scenes, that tug at the heartstrings and paint pictures of a rugby nation which has suffered, which has built quietly, and which now, on a cold, miserable, rutted paddock in Heidelberg, has come to the Rugby Europe party at last. Tom, what a game, what a contest. 4 tries to 3 and drama from start to finish.
Oh, the opening 40 was a real back and forth and much closer than we anticipated. But that second half, you just thought Germany had secured it before Romania came back in. And I tell you what, involvement across the board and some real key moments from key players in that German team. A shout out for the back row. I mean, outstanding work on both sides of the ball. Rent, Single, Stein. Unbelievable from those three. The pillar of the team and everyone else working off it.
Yeah, we can take a look back at the best of the action here. This is another chance for Romania. I think Valvasa's kick, but it was Leo Wolf who won the match at the end. Who kindly missed performance with a 3-pointer and a 7-pointer. Romania, though, turning on the power. The try from Bobok, the first of the match, to make it 7 points to 3. Wolf did pop over another penalty to reduce the arrears, but at this point, Tom, it felt like Romania were going to revert to type and run away with this match.
Absolutely, they've shown their power, they've shown their skill set as well. Germany, admirable in the opening 40. We just perhaps didn't give them credit that they'd maintain across the 80 minutes. But boy, did they. Wolf contributed early doors with a couple of pens. See, his main contribution was to come. This is a lovely bit of play from Romania. And as you say, by the break, we thought, well, Romania looking the stronger of the two sides. They're dominating at maul time, dominating at scrum time, and putting in wonderful touches like that one from Godtignac and Mafte. Germany stayed in the fight. They stayed in it, led around the field admirably for the majority of the game by their number 9, Ollie Payne, who got over for a score. It was the ambition from Germany. The way they were able to just kick to the corner, back themselves to get it done, and boy did they get it done. Lammers, 2. Get over the whitewash, and this was the punishing score. We thought this had done the business. Hamilton Strong getting over in the corner. Elation at that moment for Germany. Dawn with the assist. Hamilton Strong on his debut, thinking he's getting it done. Romania came back. Tiga getting close. Gagion getting it done. And we thought at that moment German hearts were breaking. But there was more twists in the tail to come. Just a constant back and forth battle in this second half. And across the 80, in fairness, so entertaining. This the key moment. Wolf through a gaping hole in the Romanian defence. Surging over, flying over. Thought would prove to be the winner. McDonald on at 9. He didn't need too much of a GPS to find the right pass there. Romania, it must be said, with too many errors. Those extras off the boot of Wolf, doing the business, giving them a historic victory.
Just fantastic scenes in Heidelberg. This is what it means for the table. Germany moving on to 4 points, tucked in behind Portugal. We welcome Portugal to Heidelberg in just 6 days' time on Valentine's Day. What price? Another Schwarze Adler giant slaying here in the south of Germany. Romania do take the losing bonus point, finishing within 7 points or fewer. Belgium yet to get off the mark. Let's head down pitchside and get some reaction from the Romanian captain, Andrei Mahu.
We're here with the Romanian captain. That was a hard-fought battle today. Commiserations on the loss. What are your feelings after this tight match?
Yeah, I feel disappointed, of course, when you lose a game, but not the result, but the manner we play. So yeah, I feel very disappointed for myself and for the boys.
You have a short turnaround. You're going to be playing Belgium next week. What will be important for next week's match?
Yeah, just to avoid all the mistakes we've done today. Just too many mistakes, too much indiscipline. That cost us. When you make such mistakes and a lot of penalties, you pay the price. You pay cash.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the ashen-faced giants, Andrei Mahu, dual international for Moldova and Romania. Was a top basketball player actually back in Moldova where he grew up. Played all over Europe. He will not have had many more painful days than this one right here. In his 20th cap and one of his first as national skipper. This has not gone to plan for Romania. This has been a bruising afternoon. Yes, they're missing some leading lights, likes of Pop and Shimanescu and Roshu. Some big names who have stepped away from the international scene or are out injured at the moment. But it has not been their day at all today. Conversely, contrasting emotions. I think we'll have a very different interview here because our Rugby Europe Championship player of the match, Leo Wolf, is standing by for a chat. Let's see what he's got to say.
We're here with the German captain, Leo Wolf.
Not captain.
He's not captain, Leo Wolf, but he is player of the match.
Apologies. That was an exciting match there, Leo. It went back and forth. In the end, a hard-fought victory. What are your thoughts after this game?
Well, it's, to win a game in a long time, it really means a lot to all of us as Germans, and the support that we had today was incredible, and I'm just grateful to be part of this team and come away with a good victory.
We got a short turnaround now. Next week, Portugal in Dessau. What are your thoughts on this match?
We've got to regroup, obviously, I think today and tomorrow, just recuperate, get our bodies fresh again, come back to training on Thursday and just get everything ready, change our game plan. Portugal's a different side to Romania. We knew Romania was going to be hard and physical. Portugal's going to be fast and quick, so just adapt and just come together again and rebuild.
Congratulations, you're the man of the match.
Leo Wolf, what a performance today. That fabulous try under the posts and the conversion to seal the deal for the Schwarze Adler. contributed handsomely to this victory. 14 points by my count from the hands and the feet of our Rugby Europe Championship player of the match. What a performance from the German 10. Mark Kuhlmann telling us this week he's not going to play every match, Leover. They have to manage their top talent carefully. They don't have a deep player pool, and there will be rotation for next week. But a special day for Germany and a special day for Justin Renz as well. His first match as Germany captain. What a match it was. Let's hear what the flanker has to say.
We're here with the German captain, Justin Renz. This was your very first game as a captain, a very, very exciting fixture and a surprise win at the end. What are your feelings after this game?
I'm incredibly proud. I think it's the proudest moment of my life so far. The boys backed me up like from minute one to the end, and we can very be proud of our performance today.
So you have got a short turnaround. Only in 6 days you'll be playing Portugal in Dessau, another home game. What are your feelings out of that game, and where do you think you can even improve on this performance?
I think we can go confident in the next game. I think this should give us a little boost. We keep on training as we did before. I think we have the right tools now to use, and we just improving on that one.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the victory.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just the events. It's the proudest day of his life, never mind his rugby career. He runs a physiotherapy clinic outside of the game. We mentioned before how every single member of this German squad are not full-time professional athletes. Professional in their approach and their attitudes, and certainly in the performance they put out today, but in terms of their remuneration and their work-life balance, that is not the case. Nor is it the case for their head coach, Mark Kuhlmann, the German coach. He works in insurance a bit further north into the German nation. What a day for him. He was nervous, he told us pre-match. How's he feeling now? Let's find out.
We're here with the German coach, Mark Kuhlmann. What an exciting match. What are your feelings after that victory?
First of all, I'm very proud of my boys. I think in the second half we stick with our game plan, and this is what we missed a little bit in the first half. We made a couple of too many mistakes in the first half, and on a day like this, a lot of guys clapping on my shoulders, but not everything in German rugby is gold. After last year's matches, friends weren't seen, and this is difficult. The circumstances, as an amateur side as we are not ideal for us, and we have to change things. I think we have a talented group of young players, but we have give them the opportunity to perform and to train together. And 3 days of preparation is not enough.
Understand. But looking at today's match, what do you think made the difference in the end?
A little bit of luck as well. I think we fought very, very hard. As I said before, we stick to our game plan. The kicking game on the ground under weather conditions like this was excellent, and we were lucky that the Romanian team gave away some penalties. It was a hard work, especially in the forwards, and yeah, that was the main reason I think.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really interesting interview that from Mark Kuhlmann. I must say I completely misread how that would go. I thought he'd be euphoric and maybe even shed a tear given his gregarious personality. Not so. I wonder if he's maybe going to use this victory as an opportunity to go to the German rugby authorities and ask for a bit more help in his preparation. We spoke earlier about the 8-week break through the winter, the Bundesliga not playing, none of the German players with any rugby in their legs, and not a lot of preparation. If they can do that and pull off a result like this with such a scant build-up to this tournament, then, well, perhaps the sky is the limit for German rugby. All is not gold, as he says, but today you can certainly savour his team's achievement. This is how things are shaping up for round 2. Germany get us going, lunchtime, local time in Dessau, as they welcome last year's semi-finalists, 2024 runners-up Portugal to their home turf. That'll be a great fixture live across Rugby Europe platforms. Spain and relegation threatened Switzerland, who will have been cheering on Romania in this match and will have been horrified to see how Germany turn things around given their two-way scrap to stay in this competition. Brian Easton's Netherlands take on the mighty Georgia next weekend, and Romania up against Belgium at home as they look to turn things around. So the 5,000 or so inside this stadium have filtered out into the night. There'll be a few steins quaffed in Heidelberg, no doubt, after this fantastic victory for the Schwarze Adler. A day to savour for German rugby. Thanks for your company today. We'll see you again soon for more Rugby Europe Championship.